Hey there, stars. So recently, and by recently I mean like 2 months ago, my friend and fellow VTuber CYMCat sent me a couple of bots, including everyone's favorite NB, Nightshade. So ignore my Halloween costume as we dive in to talk about the deluxe version of our favorite owl. Okay, to go ahead and start off with bot mode aesthetics, I love their wings. The face sculpt is really evocative of the character model they have in the show, and they overall have a very Beast Wars-y build and shape to them that does honestly feel really reminiscent of Air Razor to me. Their greens and blues really pop amazingly with this sort of gray inner frame they have, and the ears in bot mode are honestly kind of adorable. But I do honestly kind of wish there was a panel to cover up the owl head sticking out of their back. But articulation-wise, they've got a nice heel bend, pretty decent knees, a solid spread. However, due to how the transformation works, they basically have no waist articulation, which isn't an enormous deal breaker, but it is a little disappointing. Got a bit of wing movement, and of course a ball-jointed head. Yeah, Nightshade struggles a little with standard superhero landings and the like due to the lack of a waist. But I guess it's a good thing they're not necessarily the biggest bot of action. They've also got their knives in their wings, which are nice, but they could use a splash of paint to really shine. Some quick size comparisons before we move on to their transformation. Here they are with a Beast Machines Basic, a Generations Beast Voyager, a Generations Deluxe, a Generations Vehicle Voyager, the Happy Mealodon, a Studio Series Deluxe, Age of the Prime Skybite, who's surprisingly large for a modern Voyager, me, and this Spartan I found. Now, Nightshade's transformation is honestly super simple, and it really does harken back to those old Beast-era basics in a lot of ways. Truth be told, made me a little nostalgic for Transmetal 2 Prowl. He wasn't really a basic, he was more a deluxe, but my point stands. As for the owl's aesthetics, they have an overall robotic feel, but a sort of organic shaping to them still. And the dark greenish bluish colors work great for a nocturnal predator design-wise. They feel almost like the opposite of a Transmetal 2 in some ways. In that it has the organic shapes inside of a metal shell, you know? Owl mode articulation is really solid in the wings, the rotation in the head is really nice, and other than that, the only real factor to judge on is swoopability. They've got that in spades. You can also get the wings into a very nice resting position for owl mode. And here they are with a fellow NB, a Happy Meal, a Modern Vehicle Deluxe, Scavenger, a Beast Wars Deluxe, a Spartan, a tiny 1/144 scale tank, and a Studio Series Deluxe figure. Now, I really love this toy. They're a fantastic little owl, but I'm left feeling much the same way I had about Animated Bumblebee last year. Can I really recommend them at the asking price? With the lack of waist joint and a lot of the inbox budget going to build a figure, that if I'm going to be frank about, am completely uninterested in. Are they worth $20 USD new? Honestly, probably, but you can get them $2 to $5 cheaper on eBay without the Build-A-Figure parts, so just do that instead.